Very excited to report that Professor Basil J. Hiley contacted me saying he's he thanked me for sending him the Alan Khan Fields Medal noncommutativity physics lecture that he had asked me about, and he said he's working on researching this and that it's a very deep level of research about what the implications the math has for the physics. And I just had a big shiitake harvest from the fall. I just got back from up north, and I just got these from right here where the forest. I have two mini forest farms, and essentially I just posted research on the how the solar calendar changed with the lunar calendar, and how this is tied to the Daoist concept of the Hun soul and the rain from the Yang Qi and the Yang Shen. I posted a comment on this, and you can see the direct connection to the Sumerian Sin moon god in Sumeria, and how the lunar calendar got changed from 29 and a half days to 30 days for the 360 degree geometry for the solar, when the solar calendar became dominant for farming. And so you can essentially the when the rain comes down and then it causes the mushrooms is the yang qi, because it's the mycelium is the microtubules as the metamaterial that stores the carbon, and then that metamaterial process works with the water to create new matter and new life on Earth. So this rain, the secret of the rain is this also the secret of the mushrooms and the magic mushrooms and the shiitake mushrooms and similar yang qi energy. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and you can just read the comments I posted in the last video. Goes into more details, and it connects to my 2012 book that discusses this calendar research and anyway, I'm real excited about Basil J. Hiley working on. He said that when Alan Khan gave this lecture to the physicists, that he actually knew a lot of those physicists that were asking the questions to Alan Khan, the field metal mathematician. So he understands this is directly connected to his research. And so that was my goal, is to network these different researchers, to help see the connection. But I tie it all back to music theory. And the thing about the moon god's sin was the number 30 based on the music ratio as the octave. So that goes back to the Pythagorean philosophy of the number 2 as the octave, because the 30 is from the 1/2 of the 60, with the 60, the different number system in Sumeria. And so the music ratios are directly tied to the solar and the lunar calendar, just like in Taoism. So you can see that there's this ancient common culture from India to Sumeria and to China, and how that other researchers have made this connection, how Taoism spread similarly as it spread into India, via the wagon wheel and the chariot, and So there's this early sort of syncretic, the early agriculture and the pastoralism, where it's still based on a goddess tantric culture, and they tie it together with the bull and the lunar energy and with the bull, and that goes all the way back to our original human culture and the Elan bull dance. So they're directly tying the rain fertility to the female fertility with the lunar cycle, and there's a secret to that from the Elan bull dance that Dr. Brad Keeney discusses, from our original human culture, and that's the same secret as the Daoist alchemy training. So most academics, they don't know what that secret is, when they're studying the Sumerian culture. So it's right there if you know how to look for it, you can. So that anyway, it's also tied to the mushrooms, because the mushrooms are considered the highest source of chi that you can find from food. So that this is the secret of the Hun soul, because the Hun soul is from the rain coming down. It's tied to the solar and lunar energy, and you'd have to study the book Daoist Yoga, Alchemy, and Immortality to figure out how that's tied to the small universe meditation and the microcosmic orbit. And if you study my idiot guide's training manual, that will give the secrets of that process. But it's all from the Daoist Yoga Alchemy book. That if you study that book, that's the best source. I just kind of help explain it. And as far as practicing it, that's a whole nother deal, because that's a very serious training. But anyway, thanks for this is my second video. I'm just sharing my farm. I decided to just do a natural farm. Like the Japanese, they just rely on the rain for their harvest, but we didn't get enough rain this year. But when I did get harvest, they're really huge mushrooms, versus if you soak the logs, you get more mushrooms, but they're smaller, so this is kind of fun because it ties in with the rain cycle directly, and so you get a lot, it's like the bigger fertility, even though it's not as often. So anyway, you can see the condition's still pretty good. This is from a couple days ago. These dried out in the sun, so they have vitamin D. I'll keep drying them out a bit more, then I'll distribute them. Thanks.